The House Committee on Justice continues its hearings on the impeachment complaints against Vice President Sara Duterte and what could be the final day of proceedings. For the details, here's our multimedia reporter Isabel Pechay reporting live from the House of Representatives. Bell?
Following explosive testimonies and clarificatory hearings on evidence relevant to the two remaining impeachment complaints against Vice President Sara Duterte, the House Committee on Justice is looking to vote on probable cause today, April 29. Today's hearing is seen as potentially the final clarificatory session before a vote. Complainants are present in the hearing, yet again, the Duterte camp skips participation. Committee Chairperson Batangas Representative Jervil Luistro said the Duterte camp's earlier declaration of their readiness to answer the impeachment complaints against Duterte only in the proper forum or during Senate trial can be interpreted as that they see ample evidence already exists. During her opening message this morning, she pointed out three notable findings from last week's hearing. First, Duterte's SALEDs did not declare any cash on hand or cash deposit from 2019 to 2024. Second, Anti-Money Laundering Council or AMLC's report showing movement of 6.7 billion in Duterte's bank accounts. And third, AMLC's confirmation of former Senator Trillanes' allegations. Despite these, Luistro said the Duterte's team only responses were readiness to answer in Senate, a reminder for the committee to be cautious, and to file a complaint to the Office of the City Prosecutor against the chairperson and select members of the Committee on Justice citing illegal felonious disclosure of bank records. She added, however, that without a temporary restraining order and any directive from the Supreme Court, the committee will continue on its mandate. Wednesday's clarificatory hearing also deliberated on whether to open or to keep sealed the box from the Bureau of Internal Revenue or BIR containing the tax returns of the Vice President and her husband. Just now, they voted to keep it sealed. The committee will also tackle the alleged grave against President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos, and former Speaker Martin Romualdez. During the initial probe of the Congress on the Vice President's alleged misuse of confidential funds in 2024, Duterte said she had instructed someone to kill the President, his wife, and the then House leader, but she denied that her statements were a personal threat. The remarks are among the basis for the impeachment complaints against the Vice President. Meanwhile, National Bureau of Investigation Director Melvin Matibag to present the NBI's testimony covering its investigation on Duterte's public threat against the three people mentioned, including the materials posted on social media. If voting proceeds, Luistro said the committee will determine whether probable cause exists per complaint, meaning there will be one voting for the Sabalia complaint and another for the Cabrera complaint. Neil?
Bell, so we're expecting na magtapos itong hearings na kinoconduct ng House Committee on Justice ngayong araw. So mamaya magkakaroon ng pagboto. What happens after that?
Neil, if ever hindi na magkaroon ng motion o humiling yung mga miyembro ng komite ng additional na hearing, sinabi ni Chairperson Jervil Luistro, posibleng pag-rin ngayong araw ang probable cause, meaning ito na yung huling clarificatory hearings. Kung sakaling bumoto sila in favor of probable cause, magtatakda na ng committee report at i-approve ito sa May 4. At sa kaparehas na araw ay itatransmit na din ito doon sa plenaryo. May 4 nga Neil yung araw kung kailan din magbabalik ang sesyon ng parehong Senado at ng House of Representatives. At kung sakali man na ma-transmit ito ng May 4, sabi nila posibleng by May 11 ay magkaroon na ng pagboto. At kung ma-reach yung 1/3 na boto mula sa plenary o ito ay 106 out of the 318 lawmakers, ay doon naman iaakyat ang articles of impeachment sa Senado para mag-convene ito bilang impeachment trial.
Bell, so we're talking about it in a sense na if this will go past or pass through the House level, yung plenary level diyan sa Kongreso, ano. But how confident are the members of the House Committee on Justice, if ever na maapruban nila ito, na makarating sa plenaryo, how confident are they na lulusot naman ito doon sa plenary level? Because we could look at it from different perspectives, no? Yes, pumasa ito, nung first impeachment bid, no, last year. Pero many things have changed. Nandiyan na you can look at it from a political perspective. Mas malapit na tayo sa 2028 national elections. You could also look at it from a legal perspective because there are legal questions over the conduct of the hearings of the House Committee on Justice. So, how confident are they na lulusot ito doon sa plenary level?
Well, Neil, last year nga, no, 215 yung bumoto in favor na lumusot yung impeachment laban kay VP Duterte dito sa plenary level. At ngayon nga, then yung mga aligasyon na nilalabas complaints kumpara dun sa nakaraang taon. Kaya sabi ng mga lawmakers nitong mga nakaraang buwan, confident sila na lulusot ito muli kung hindi masasabot yung ating lawmakers doon sa pag-announce o pag-anunsyo ni VP Duterte na tatakbo siya bilang presidente sa 2028. At dahil nga sa dami din ng ebidensya na kanilang nakalap, ika nga nila last week, no, ito ay smoking gun na yung mga revelations ng AMLAC. At sabi din kahapon ay hindi lang smoking gun kundi isa ng nuclear bomb yung tindi ng mga ebidensya laban sa Vice Presidente. So nakikita nila, no, na may posibilidad na umakyat ito sa plenary, at least for the level of the Committee on Justice. Nakikita ng mga lawmakers at members ng komite na papasa ito for probable cause, at ganun din aakyat ito sa Senado kung sakaling mapagbotohan ng ating mga nasa plenary level.
Bel, a case has been filed by the husband of the Vice President, no, as particularly against dito sa chairperson ng committee, si Congressman Luistro, at sa ilang miyembro nitong Committee on Justice, including Congressman De Lima, Congressman Jokno. So, how big of an impact did it make dito sa atmosphere dyan sa hearing na ginagawa ngayon? Is it a looming, kumbaga, na story dyan sa ginagawang hearing, or walang impact ito?
Neil, kanina nung nag-umpisa itong clarificatory hearings, nagbigay ng manifestation yung mga sinampahan ng case. Kasama na nga dyan si Chairperson Registro, ganun sila representatives Sedania, Jokno at Laila De Lima. At sabi nila, no, tingin siguro ng kampo ng Vice Presidente ay maapektuhan yung mga gaganaping impeachment hearings, pero sabi nila hindi sila magpapatinag dahil dito. Dahil nga ang kanilang pagsabina sa AMLAC at gayon din yung kanilang ginagawa nitong mga nakaraang linggo ay parte ng kanilang mandato. At the same time ay sinusunod nila yung rules dun sa impeachment, kaya hindi sila nagpapatinag at tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung kanilang pagdinig. Sabi nga nila, no, truth shall prevail, at kailangan mas maging truthful tayo dahil unang sinabi ng Vice Presidente na be cautious, ang kanilang tugon ay be truthful naman.
Okay, maraming salamat, Bel. That's Isabel Petchay reporting live from the House of Representatives.